You know, the trick really at this time of year is picking who's going to finish where in next year's playoffs. Do you know why that's a trick? Because all of this is kind of wide open, except there are the obvious ones. Vancouver, probably last in the Pacific. Is that the only obvious one? I would put Ottawa or Montreal near the bottom, but let's not. Now, I did previews last year. I did previews the year before. I did previews the year before that. 2017, 16, no. 2015, I did a quick preview before the 2015 season. I didn't do actual team-by-team previews, just here's who I think makes it, here's who I think doesn't. It was as low-tech and as one-take and as lousy as one might think in a dark apartment. Definitely not a setting like this. Let's see if I can get the lake in there again. See that? Look at that. Look at that green screen. All right. And my glorious yellow shorts. See that? Look at that. Nice bright yellow. I needed another pair of shorts when I came down here because I was like, I don't think I got enough shorts. So these were $6 at Walmart, and Yvonne thinks I overpaid. I wasn't paying a lot of money for shorts. It's just where I live, you can wear shorts 3 months a year, and that's it. So there's not much point in investing a lot of money in something you're only going to wear 3 months a year. I invest my money in something I wear 12 months a year, which is jerseys, which is insane, I know. I'm aware of how insane that is. The heck did I get stuff on this? What the heck did I do? I'm down at a lake, though. That really shouldn't surprise me, right? All right. So here's the challenge. Lewis, ShadowNet on the channel, who was with me for the video where Galchenyuk traded for Domi, sitting with me that day. So he's got a video on the channel where he's there with me. He's come up with a form, a Google form, where you guys can tell me who you think's going to finish where in the standings next year. And I know it's early. Here's the thing. So the Hockey News, Sportsnet, all these publications and all of these companies are right now working on previews. When you pick up a Hockey News, for instance, it'll usually say, as of July 24th or 25th, these are still free agents. So it's tricky. It's really, really tricky picking. And I want to start my previews right in around that time. So I'm going to link in the description for this video to a poll that is up currently that Lewis/ShadowNet has put together. Last count, it's got like a few hundred replies already. He's kind of blown away with the response. I sent it out on Twitter. I posted it elsewhere as well. And I will post it here. I did post it on the channel as part of the community tab. But I know not everybody sees that, which is fine. Predicting team order, and these are just random. This is not anybody who's like, Capitals in 8th. Yeah, no. This isn't some power rankings video where I'm trolling everybody at the end or anything. It's interesting because, again, everybody seems to agree the Canucks are 8th. Everybody goes, okay, Canucks are the worst team in the Pacific. Fine, we've got that. And then everything else is kind of a mess. So I want to see some surprising results. But reasonable, surprising results. And when I start doing previews, I'll do as I did last year, which is I will show where I think each team will finish in the division. And then I will show where the channel has voted each team to finish in the division. So the fun of that is going to be at the end of the regular season next year, looking back at those and going, where was Shannon right? Where was the channel right? Where was Shannon completely wrong? And where was the channel completely right? Because that's probably what's going to happen. But, that's kind of the fun of this. So I'm looking forward to that. There's also going to be a giveaway that is kind of epic that's coming up. I'm working on that with a subscriber who's got their own business going now. And so in order to help them, and they're helping me, and it's kind of a mutual thing, that's going to be fun. And, of course, I've been tweeting about it. There's the SeatGeek promo. I understand that they sent this out to a lot of channels. I actually looked at it this morning like, this is legit, right? So it's legit. Filling out the tax form, the PDF, it's been a pain in the PDF. And but you guys can use, as long as it's an email address that it's the first time that you've ordered tickets from SeatGeek, you can get a $20 off your purchase by using The promo code, just the Hockey Guy, all one word. Pretty simple. And then, yeah, you know, you get $20 off your purchase. So, yeah, there's some fun stuff coming up, and I want you guys to be a part of it. And I'm even talking to Nick, who talks about the Hawks all the time. Very fervent fan of the Hawks. And he'll be involved in my preview for the Blackhawks. That's all I've got in terms of working with people, and because I'll get overwhelmed quickly. If people are like, I'll do this, it'll quickly get overwhelming. So watch for that to happen slowly. There may be that as I get to certain teams, I may reach out to certain subscribers and say, hey, would you like to go through the previews with me? And the reason for that is because while I try to cover all 31 teams, yeah, there's times where I'm not as aware of line combinations as people who watch those games intently are. It's tricky. So by having somebody who's a fan of the team come in and go, okay, here are the line combinations at the end of last season, here's what the team's probably going to put out there, and then I give a shout out when I do the video. Yeah, I think that would be fun. So because summer, we're kind of in the dog days where signings are kind of few and far and in between, and the signings are just extensions at this point. There aren't any big free agents really out there. And we're still waiting on, okay, that wasp can move on anytime it wants to. Off you go. Yeah, none of those are flowers. There you go. There you go. You just go on. Don't you dare fly into my can of pop. I'm really glad I drink Diet Pop. If that wasn't Diet Pop, it would have flown in there. That's a really bad surprise when you find out there's a wasp in your pop can. It's one of those really nasty things about summer. But yeah, it would be fun to have that kind of interaction. And of course, you know, later on a year down the road, we can look at whether the channel was right, whether I was right, and that person's input has still been acknowledged. So just little things like that, because Carlson's trade hasn't happened, Skinner's trade hasn't happened, Pacioretty's hasn't happened, and Artemi Panarin came out today, or it didn't come out today, but it's come out that if they don't have a contract between himself and Columbus by the start of training camp, he doesn't want to talk about it until the end of the season, which is not that unusual. It's not end of the world. It just means he doesn't want that distraction during the season, and I don't blame him. I really don't. You don't want to be sitting around negotiating while you're trying to get in shape, while you're trying to go from game to game. It can be a distraction that you don't need. We've seen that before, where a player doesn't necessarily play very well because every other day they're sitting down in contract negotiations trying to figure it out, and it turns into an argument, a fight, or whatever. So Panarin's saying, look, either we figure this out, or I'm just not going to listen to it anymore at September 13th. So I believe it was the 13th. That's the opening of training camp. Anyways, there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As I said again, I will link to the poll. You can only vote once. Lewis, I got to say, the one problem that we had anytime we set something up was trying to figure out a way that people could only vote once. So, and I know it's probably something real simple, but I appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to it. So, thank you guys for all your support. Onwards and upwards, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my vacation. We're only here at Twin Lakes till tomorrow, and then we move on to another part of Idaho. So, that's right. That's right. You guys all go to like Hawaii and Florida and Bahamas. I go to Idaho. That's where, you know, I'm making it rain down here. I'm not, though. It's weird. I made it rain in Vegas. I don't know why I can't make it rain here. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. Just happened upon this video. And let me know, where do you think these teams end up? How buggered is this list? I mean, seriously, this is a mess. Interested to know your opinion. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.